Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka agapelovegirl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm so excited because I have another tag video to share with you. This one is a tag video that I created and I'm so excited to be finished with it and to be filming it for you guys today. Now if you didn't already know, I do have another tag that I created. It's the Not Your Basic Booty Guru tag, which sounds a little bit funny, but I feel like is a little bit more of a serious type of tag that kind of really digs into the type of content creator you are. This one was supposed to be a little bit more on the fun side. This is the Boujee Guru Tag. I know, very similar names. I was actually somewhat inspired by the whole lipstick gate, is that what people were calling it, fiasco with Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and her tagline at the end of her emails was like, keep it bougie, and it kind of just got my mind rolling with this idea of being a bougie guru and whether or not we may or may not be bougie. So I don't know, I just thought it would be a really fun and funny tag to do. So with that, I'm gonna quit rambling. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Actually, before I do get right into it, I just want to make another mention of my last tag. If you have not seen that tag, I'm gonna link it. I would love for you guys to check it out, and if you are a content creator yourself, especially for beauty, consider yourself tagged, because I would love to see more people do that tag and answer those questions. So just a little quick self promo there on my own promo here. So okay, with that, we are going to get right into the first question, which is, would you rather buy one expensive or luxury item or buy several items with the same amount of money? Now for me personally, I don't think I'm super big into very expensive brands or makeup or products, or especially luxury makeup. Like high-end I like, but I don't think I've really gotten into luxury makeup at all. I just feel like it's definitely too rich for my blood. And so I think I'm definitely one of the people who would much rather buy more items with the same amount of money that I would get one item with. I'm definitely more of the more bang for your buck kind of girl. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But number two is, when it comes to beauty products, do you believe in the phrase, you get what you pay for? Now I feel like this is a big thing, especially in beauty, in general I think, but especially in beauty, because I know that that phrase can be true sometimes. You know, when something is so cheap or so affordable, you kind of can question like, what is the quality and are we really getting what we pay for? Like, you know, usually things that are more expensive tend to be a more better quality, of course, but that does not mean that just because something is cheap or inexpensive that it is crap. Now I've kind of been on both sides of the fence. If you guys watched my hard candy full face of makeup and review, you guys know that I talked about in there, those products looked really amazing. They had a really great, inexpensive, very cheap price, but there were a lot of duds. So in that case, I feel like it was one of those, you get what you pay for. But at the same time, I don't quite agree with that phrase, just because I have found that there are amazing brands out there and products that are very inexpensive, very affordable, and they perform so great. So I definitely don't agree with that phrase. While there can be some duds like I mentioned, I think especially in this day and age, there are some really amazing products for a very affordable price. So you don't always have to feel like, oh, because it's cheap it's not good quality, or because it's inexpensive and I can afford it it's not good. So I'm definitely more on the fence of the opposite of, you get what you pay for. So number three is, what is the most expensive beauty item you've purchased with your own money? Now I wanted to add that last bit, purchase with your own money, for a couple different reasons. One, because I know that if you're a beauty influencer, there is a chance that you may get PR. So I don't want any of that to count. Also, if you are someone who doesn't get PR, that doesn't mean that you don't necessarily get gifted anything, you know, for your birthday or what it may be. And I feel like I always hear a lot of people say like, you know, this is a little bit expensive, so I'm asking for it for Christmas or for my birthday or whatnot. So I want to make this a question that is exclusively something you have purchased with your own money, something you have splurged for. So when I was trying to think about the most expensive beauty product I own, it is actually a skincare item, and I actually don't have it anymore because I have used it up, but it was from the brand Strivectin, and it was their overnight resurfacing serum. But I think they either rebranded that specific specific item or got rid of it. I'm not quite sure because it's not available anymore, but off of memory, I'm pretty sure that was about a $70 skincare item. And it was actually an item that I'd received first in PR from Strivectin, and I fell in love with it so much. I loved the results that it gave my skin, and so I ended up repurchasing it. So I don't often spend a ton of money on makeup and even skincare, though I do believe that skincare is one of the things that I do believe in investing in. Not to say that there aren't amazing skincare products that are much more affordable, but I feel like I'm much more willing to spend more money on skincare than I am makeup. So that is my most expensive that I can recall beauty item that I've purchased with my own money. All right, number 4 is, are you willing to buy products at full price, or do you usually wait for a sale or discount code? Now, I am definitely not against buying full price if I absolutely must, but I'm definitely much more of a person who will wait for a sale or use a discount code or an affiliate code. If I can save some money, why not? And if I don't absolutely need the product right away, I definitely am someone who will wait till it's on sale, because for me, I like I said, I like to save money. I like to get things at a more affordable price. And then also, there are many times where there may not be a sale going on or anything like that, but I will like search Google like for discount codes and things like that just to see if I can save any kind of money. So I'm totally someone who uses codes or waits for sales. Number 5 is, where do you shop for beauty products the most? So if you were asking me this question a couple years ago, I probably would have said Walmart, just because in the town that I live in, we didn't have an Ulta, we didn't have a Sephora up until just really a couple years ago, and so I had actually never been inside one. And also, a few years ago, I was kind of skeptical to order products online, and so I just didn't. But more recently, I find myself shopping a lot more often at Ulta. I just love that they carry both high-end and drugstore makeup products, and I love their point system. So more often than not, the place I shop for beauty products the most is Ulta. Number 6 is, how often do you get your nails and or hair done? I thought this would be a fun one just because I know it seems like a lot of beauty gurus or beauty influencers tend, wait, is it tend? Yeah, I think tend. They tend to have like the perfect hair and always have their nails looking amazing and perfectly manicured. Although maybe not so recently. I feel like when I think of beauty gurus, I've been doing YouTube for so long that when I first started, things were so different, and now things are just so much more real and raw, and these things that used to be so important aren't as important anymore. But when I was first starting YouTube, it was like every big beauty YouTuber always had perfect hair and always had a perfect manicure, and they would always apologize if their hair was slightly out of place or their manicure wasn't touched up that same day. And it was kind of like, okay, whatever. But I feel like there's a lot more realness now, and I think that's great. So I don't know if this question matters or not, but I just still thought it would be a really fun one to include. So as far as nails, I hardly ever have my nails done. I'm actually laughing right now, and you probably may have caught this, but I hardly ever have my nails done. But I do have one side of my nails done because NBA Cosmetics recently came out with some nail polishes, and so I did receive some and want to test them out, and look how pretty these colors are. But I always mess up my nails, and so I do one hand first to make sure it's looking nice, and then I'll get to the other hand. Well, I never end up getting to this hand. I'm ridiculous. So anyways, as you can see, like I hardly ever, like I don't even barely do my nails, take care of my nails. I definitely don't pay to get them done. There was a time a couple years ago when I was getting a manicure monthly, but that was only because I was working for this one brand and creating content and videos for them for their website. And I was showing a lot of their products up close, and they said they wanted me to have manicured hands, and then they offered to pay for it. So they paid to get my hands manicured while I was working for them. And I do admit that was actually very lovely, and I really liked that my nails and hands looked really, really nice during that time. I kind of miss it, but I also kind of don't. But anyway, so yeah, I don't ever really take care of my nails or get them done anymore since I don't work for that brand anymore. But as far as my hair, as as you can see, it is, you know, blonde, and you guys have seen the progression of my hair. So I actually do get my hair done now monthly because I'm trying to go, you know, more blonde, and it will also require some upkeep. But that's actually kind of a new thing for me. Before that, I never used to get my hair done. I'm someone who doesn't care about my hair either. I mean, I don't really care about my nails. I don't care about my hair. I really only care about makeup. And so I never used to really get my hair done or even do anything to my hair. This is just my hair natural. I did wash it today. I usually just wash it, then put it up in a bun to dry, let it air dry, take it out, and then my natural curls kind of show through, and that's the extent of what I do with my hair. But since I am going blonde, I have been getting my hair done monthly, so that is kind of a new thing for me. So number 7 is, do you prefer long or short nails? Now, I love the look of, well, medium, like this length right here, I think is really nice. I can handle this, but if it gets a little bit longer than this, or very much longer than this, I cannot stand it. And even this sometimes is a little bit too long for me. More often than not, I clip my nails down real short, like almost to like right where this little part starts, you know what I mean? I like them really short, especially because I am working a lot on my phone, because I do run social media for a couple different brands, and so working on my phone and things like that quite often, I cannot stand when my nails get too long and I can't type on my phone or use my phone properly. It just drives me nuts. And then oftentimes when I do let my nails get a little bit longer, it's like I don't know how to deal with them. I'm often gouging my eyeshadows out and things like that, and messing up my eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So I definitely much prefer shorter nails just for the convenience of them. But I do think that longer nails look really pretty, and you know, taking care of manicured nails are really pretty. They're just not necessarily for me. And I just have to say, those who have the super long claw-like nails, I'm always like, how do you live like that? I don't know. They look pretty, but they are just so not for me. So number 8 is, which makeup brush brand is your favorite? I just wanted to include this because I know that makeup brushes is sometimes overlooked as a makeup or beauty product, but I do find that there can be some tension, drama, conflict. Well, I'm not quite sure what I'm thinking of when it comes to makeup brushes and brands. And what I think of immediately is because of Morphe. I think the drama over Morphe brushes per se is not necessarily there anymore like it was just a couple years ago. It's more over the makeup stuff. But I do recall like when people would talk about like Morphe being such a great deal because they're so affordable and they're great brushes. Then you have the other people who are like, these brushes are crap, they're cheap, you get what you pay for kind of stuff. And it just, I don't know. So I just thought this would be a fun question to include. If you are someone who prefers, you know, really expensive MAC brushes, or, you know, luxury brushes, or if you're someone who more opts to get, you know, affordable Morphe type kind of brushes. Now, I'm definitely someone who is more on the affordable side. I do have some Morphe brushes, but they're not the brushes that I like love the most. My favorite brush brands, I have a couple, and I feel like they are on the more affordable side. So one of them is Beauty Junkies, and that is a brand that I do work for. They do have makeup too, but they do mostly sell beauty tools. So they have brushes and sponges and things like that, and they are amazing quality, honestly on par with Sigma in my personal opinion, yet a lot more affordable. And so they're one of my very favorites, and I do have a discount code with them. I think it's Agape Love or Agape Love Girl. It's not an affiliate code, but I'm pretty sure it gets you 20% off. And then my other favorite brush brand, I'm sure is no surprise because you guys see me use their brushes a ton, and they are Stilazi brushes. I think they're actually really affordable, very reasonably priced, and the quality is really, really good. I learned about Stilazi because they reached out to me, I don't know, about like a year ago to add me to their PR list, and I wanted to check them out, and I had received a bunch of their brushes and did a whole, like, I did 2 separate videos I think on their brushes, and I actually really was impressed with them. I didn't think the price was too bad, and so I have since purchased a lot of my own brushes, backups of my favorites. You guys know that I always use the little tiny blending brush, and so I have like 5 or 6 of those now because I just love them so much. And then actually more recently I decided to join their affiliate program and was accepted, woohoo! So I do now have a discount code with them. I think it gets you 20% off as well, I'm not quite sure. And I think again my code is either Agape Love or Agape Love Girl, but I'll put it on the screen and I'll put it in the description box if you guys are interested in checking them out. I am very excited that that I was added as an affiliate because I just love their brushes as well as a lot of their makeup products too. Also, I do got to give an honorable mention. I absolutely love a lot of the IT Cosmetics brushes. Now, I am someone who's always said, like, I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on brushes because there's a lot that are affordable, like the brands I just mentioned that are really, really good. But of the brushes that I've gotten from IT Cosmetics, I think they are amazing. They're some of my favorites. And I feel like my brush brands that I prefer kind of vary from affordable to expensive, but I definitely am someone who doesn't think you have to spend a lot of money on brushes to have a good quality brushes and get beautiful makeup looks and things like that. All right, so number 9 is high-end or drugstore mascara. I think this is a funny question because I feel like there can be such a debate on mascaras. Annette actually said this to me because I had mentioned in another video that I prefer drugstore mascaras, and she had said it always seems that the people who wear false lashes prefer drugstore mascaras. And I thought that was actually a really interesting comment. But I mean, I don't know. It does seem like I wear falsies quite often, but mostly I'm wearing falsies for my channel just because I like the way they look, you know, and I just love the glam of it. But more often than not, I'm actually just using mascara and, you know, just wear my natural lashes. And I still do prefer drugstore mascaras. I think they're affordable and really, really great. And I don't know, I know that there are some high-end mascaras that I really like that I would consider favorites, but I definitely don't feel like I have to spend that kind of money to have a great mascara that makes my lashes look amazing, you know what I mean? So I kind of just am one of those people who would opt for drugstore mascaras, and that's my choice, so, you know. As you can tell, or if you haven't been able to tell already, I am definitely someone who likes things a lot more affordable. So let's move on to number 10, and is think of your favorite makeup brand. Is it drugstore, high-end, luxury, or indie? And so this one's kind of a hard question because I have a lot of brands that I would consider my favorite. My impulse is to say that NBA Cosmetics is my favorite brand because they are a brand that I work for and that I absolutely love and always recommend. And so I can't help but you know, mention them. But there really are so many great brands that I love that I don't even know if I could pick a favorite, which I know might seem silly that I don't quite have an answer for this one because I made it a question. But I was kind of inspired to do this question because of a video I did a while back called high-end, drugstore, or indie, and it just was a really interesting, fun, I think it was like a tag video. I'll link that video if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But it basically, you kind of go down the list of all your, you know, makeup from, you know, primer, foundation, like, you know, all the steps and all the makeup items that you would wear, and then say what your favorite product comes from. Is it high-end, drugstore, or indie? And then at the end you kind of tally it up to see which one, you know, has the most favorites in it. And I'm pretty sure, I think at the end of that video, it ended up that I had a lot more high-end favorites, and that was actually really, really surprising to me because I would have thought otherwise. And so anyways, that's why this one kind of came to my mind, is like, is your favorite makeup brand, you know, drugstore, high-end, indie, or luxury? Now, I know for sure luxury would not be on there because I don't think I really tried much luxury, if any, luxury makeup. So that's definitely off the list for me. I used to be, you know, only use drugstore makeup, and I love drugstore makeup. I think it's great, but I have found that more recently I don't use drugstore makeup as often as I used to. So I feel like I can't really claim that. But high-end and indie is kind of where it's at for me, I think, when it comes to favorites. I feel like they would just be kind of even keeled. There's just a lot of really great brands, both indie and high-end, that I tend to often favor, and you may notice on my channel. So we're gonna give that like a little bit of a tie, but I'd be curious to hear what you guys think if you answer this or if you do this tag and answer these questions. And so that brings us to the very last question, which is number 11. Considering your answers to these questions, do you think you're bougie? And I just thought that'd be a really fun last question to ask yourself, because we may not have thought like of ourselves as bougie, or maybe you do think you're bougie, you know you're bougie. But anyway, so I just thought I would ask that, and obviously I would say that I definitely don't think I'm someone who's bougie whatsoever. I'm more of a budget beauty, or a, you know, shop at a discount beauty. So I definitely do not think I am bougie, but anyways, that is it for this tag video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one and found it fun and entertaining. If you are a beauty content creator, I would absolutely love for you to do this tag. And even if you're not a YouTuber but just want to answer these questions, I would love for you guys to just answer them and leave them in the comments and let me know if you're bougie or not. And then before I go, I did just want to tag a few people. This is something I didn't do in my last tag. I just totally forgot about it, but I do want to tag some people specifically because I would love to see you guys do this tag. And even if I don't tag you, if you see this video, consider yourself tagged. But I would love to see Annette of Annette's Makeup Corner do this tag. I would love to see Betty Jean of Bean do this tag. I would love to see my dear friend Lauren Della Fera of Little Blushing Birdie do this tag. I would absolutely love to see Teresa of Teresa is Dead do this tag. I think that would be so hilarious. Let's see, who else? Of course, Laura of Gold Star Work, Kaylee Wesley, girl, you better do this tag. I would love to see Samantha of Samantha March do this tag. Who else on the top of my head can I think of that I would love to see this tag? There's just a lot of people I would love to see this tag. So if you watch this, consider yourself tagged. I might even add a few more people in the description box that I would love to see do this tag, so be sure to check there. But yeah, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!